Robert Walcott Johnson was born on January 14, 1944, in Orange, New Jersey. Bob and his parents, Everett and Evelyn Johnson, along with his younger brother Greg, moved to Florham Park, New Jersey in 1952. This is where Bob became a good student and an outstanding athlete. He lettered in football, basketball, baseball, and track. He also sang in the Hanover Park Choir before graduating in 1962. Bob continued his education and attended Otterbein College in Ohio, where he studied pre-med and worked as an emergency room orderly. It was during a spring break that he met a gal from Boston. Bob and Alexandra Ullman were married in February of 1966 and spent their honeymoon at the Roosevelt Hotel in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Bob furthered his education and enrolled at Parsons College. He graduated in 1967 with a degree in psychology. Bob was immediately hired in a management training position by the Bendix Corporation in Teterboro, New Jersey. Shortly after, in 1970, the Johnsons purchased their first home in Whippany, New Jersey. Bob's career took several paths. He was hired by Universal Manufacturing in 1970. 3 years later, he was hired to be the personnel director for the Addressograph Multigraph before being transferred to Illinois and promoted to corporate director of personnel. Bob and the family moved to Los Angeles when, in 1979, Bob was enticed by Six Flags Corporation to head up the Human Resources Department of all 11 amusement parks. When the company was acquired in 1984 by Bally Manufacturing, the Johnsons moved back to Illinois. By 1987, Bob was the Senior VP of Administration, and the family moved again, this time to Texas. Yet another sale of Six Flags in 1989 to Time Warner had the Johnsons moving yet again, this time back to New Jersey. Bob's run at Six Flags came to an end in 1992 when he resigned and moved to Boca Raton, Florida to start up a plastics recycling company. In 1994, Bob was contacted by OABA trustee Jimmy Drew. At the annual meeting in February of 1995, Bob Johnson was introduced by Dominic Vivona Jr. as the new executive director of the OABA. In 1999, Bob Johnson was instrumental in moving the OABA headquarters from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Winter Park, Florida.
Bob has taken the OABA from a level that was fairly professional and new to the pinnacle of the industry.
Bob begins his 19th year as the president and chief executive officer of the OABA. During his tenure, he has established the Circle of Excellence program, best practices between fairs and carnivals, educational programs, foreign labor solutions, the spectacular Showtime magazine, better communication with related industries, steady financial management, and has traveled across the country to better the outdoor amusement industry.
It's been a great honor for me to serve as a member of your board of directors, and a real privilege to be able to call you a friend.
Bob Johnson is a tireless leader who demands the most from his board and officers. A new OABA chairman is elected every year, and Bob wears them out with a demanding schedule and meticulous communications.
It's always been somewhat of a joke that when you start going through the chairs of the OABA, one of the very first questions everyone always asks is Bob still going to be there when I'm in the chair position?
And don't you dare miss a deadline for your monthly article. 2007 OABA trustee John Hansham says, "What a memorable year it was for me. It was a joy working with Bob on all the difficult issues. He always represented the industry at the highest level."
He is a man that can be trusted. He is a man that I respect as much as anyone I know. And it takes that kind of relationship to move things forward. And it is a hallmark of the Renaissance that I've seen come about during Bob's leadership.
Of course, behind every successful president is a strong, dedicated staff. Senior Vice President Al DeRusha is starting his 24th year of service to the OABA. Vice President D.D. Alford has survived 13 years. News Ambassador Tom Powell has been a longtime news journalist to the OABA, and the youngest member of this incredible team is Brenda Ruiz, who has delivered 2.5 years of outstanding service. This team accomplishes a remarkable amount for the OABA members. Even when Bob is away from the office. Bob's wife Alex and his family have been by his side all the way. Alex has also been a tremendous supporter and representative for the OABA. They enjoy what spare time they have, loving their 3 grandchildren.
Tiny bubbles make me warm all over, with a feeling that I'm gonna love you till the end of time.
Congratulations to Bob and Alex, who have been married for 47 years.
And here's to the silver sea, and mostly here's a toast to you and me.
And tonight, the OABA proudly inducts Robert Walcott Johnson into its Outdoor Amusement Business Association Hall of Fame.
Make me happy, make me feel fine,
Make me feel fine,
tiny bubble,
tiny bubble.
make me warm.